What's going on, guys? Today I'm doing an updated video on the Sovol SV8. I've had quite a bit of print time with this machine now, got a pretty good opinion of what I think about it, and I decided now is the time to go ahead and do this video. We are currently printing a massive, full build volume print. This one still has about 10 hours of print time, so that gives you an idea of how tall it's going to be. This is going to be a huge print. You can see we are in some translucent PETG. Looks absolutely gorgeous. You are going to see these little lines. This is all because you're seeing the infill because it's translucent. We're also printing in 3D honeycomb, and this is a low infill percentage. I think 10% infill, but it is going to be plenty strong. It has been now printing for 9 hours, 38 minutes, and we got a remaining 10 hours, 55 minutes to go. So this is going to be about a 20-hour print. I think this is going to be the longest print I've done on the machine so far. I have done a few prints that were up there in that range. I'm not sure I've done one that was quite 20 hours. This is also on 100% stock profile. I actually had a problem with the machine that was a piece of filament jammed in the nozzle, and before trying to do a cold pull, which ended up fixing that problem, I went back to the completely stock profile and just haven't switched it back to my adjusted one. But even the stock profile, as you can see, prints absolutely beautiful. Print speeds are very respectable. I think my custom profile, I was able to gain a small amount of quality while speeding the printer up, which was pretty awesome. No negative, no drawback on that. But for now, it is back on the stock profile, and it is printing beautifully. So I just wanted to do this video, kind of address, there's not a lot of people who have posted videos on the Sovol SV8. And I own quite a few really good printers. I'll go ahead and list off a few. I own the Bambu Labs X1 Carbon with the AMS. I've owned it pretty much since it came out, so well over, I don't know, 2 years, about probably 2 years now. I also own the FlashForge 5M. I own the Infomec TX. I own the QDTech Q1 Pro. I think that's the list. It's about 5 printers. They're all very good printers. Generally speaking, if I had to get rid of one right now, it's kind of hard to decide which one. I feel like they all do so well. Some do better at certain things, which is what makes it hard to pick which one I would have to get rid of. But what I will say, I'm happy to tell y'all right now, if I had to keep one printer and one printer only, as most people would expect me to not pick the Sovol, I would pick the Sovol. So far, my experience with this printer has been, it is the loudest of the bunch, and that can be a little, that can be slightly addressed with an enclosure and with upgrading the fan to a quieter fan on underneath. But other than that, I think the one downside to this machine, being how loud it is kind of a byproduct of how fast the printer prints. This printer is leagues faster than all the other printers I own, while maintaining really respectable quality. Keep in mind, guys, I print a lot, and it's because I own a small printing service, so I print for quite a few people in my local area, and that keeps my 5 printers pretty damn busy. And this printer, the quality is really good. I mean, I don't second guess any quality prints coming off of it, being sold. I mean, you can see the print quality is really good. You can see the infill. That's what you're seeing through here. This is translucent PETG by Creality. But just overall, the print quality on this machine is absolutely amazing. And it prints quite literally about twice as fast as my Bambu Labs X1 Carbon, which is amazing. I mean, in general, this print that I'm printing right now is about a 20-hour print. If this fit on the X1 Carbon, which it doesn't, so I couldn't even print it if I wanted to, this would probably be a 30 to 40 hour print on the X1 Carbon, And so I can shave that print time down tremendously using the Sovol SV8. And then add on the fact that this printer's, generally speaking, the only printer I own that could do this print for me. And this is a print for a customer. I have to actually print 4 of these and then 2 other versions that are very similar to this and same in size. So I have to print about 6 of these total. They are going to take about 20 hours a piece. So if you think about it, it's 120 hours of printing that the Sovol will do. And the Bambu Labs X1 Carbon, if I was to use it, taking about twice as long to print this, would be absolutely crazy. Sadly, I can't even get an estimate on how long it would take to print this because it won't. It's too big. It won't even give me an estimated time because it doesn't fit on the build plate. Otherwise, I would actually see what that time would be. Yeah, this printer, generally speaking, has been extremely, extremely impressive. Yeah, I'm sorry I got distracted. The Bambu Labs software over here just completely, I don't know, crashed. I don't know what it did. It did something funky, and as you can see, it's not happy. It was distracting me. But yeah, I have all the, right now I think out of my 5 printers, I have 1 put up to give me some room for servicing. So I have 4 actually set up currently, and of the 4, 3 of them are printing. The Infomec just got done finishing its print, and I hadn't printed on it a while. I did a cold pull on it and got it doing really good. So there's its little print that it finished. The Q1 Pro isn't printing, but that's because it just finished. So it just finished printing this for a customer. This is actually off of the X1 Carbon. Came out really nice. And it is actually printing another one, hopefully, which is going to come out similar quality. Yeah, a little questionable looking, but we'll see how it comes out. So yeah, I keep the printers all printing pretty regularly. But yeah, this video is more to just tell you all that honestly, the Sovol SV8, this is an absolutely amazing printer. I still probably wouldn't recommend it as your first printer just because it may be a little much as your first printer, and it's not going to necessarily hold your hand like an X1 Carbon, or even something like a FlashForge 5M. But as far as an enthusiast goes, someone who needs a printer to perform extremely well and also be acceptable to customization and upgrades, this printer is absolutely amazing. In the future, I'm going to be adding an enclosure on it, changing fans, and doing that stuff. But for now, I'm leaving this thing fairly stock. I got the screen on it just because it's cool to have. But other than that, I'm just leaving it alone. In the future, when they release like an upgraded hot end or something, I'll probably give that a try. But as of this moment, besides me having to do a cold pull to like clear the nozzle out, there's really been no reasons to upgrade anything because it's printing twice as fast as my X1 Carbon while maintaining similar quality. It's kind of hard to want to upgrade from that because it's already by far the best printer I own, and that's like by quite a bit due to just how fast it prints. So realistically, the only things I could want to upgrade right now are more of things that would make living with it a little easier, and that would just be quietening it down. It is a pretty damn loud printer. It has a loud fan. I think that's one of the main reasons in the future, if they make a better, hot end of some sort, or better cooling, something, I may play around with that. But beyond that, I think this printer is absolutely amazing. If you're thinking about getting this printer, I would highly recommend it. I got some links down in the description. They are affiliate links. Um, I I'm not trying to recommend this printer just due to any kind of affiliation. This I'm not sponsored. They didn't help me. They didn't give me any discounts to buy the printer. I've sent them one single email about the issue I was having, which I ended up solving on my own. They did email me back fairly quick, um, requesting more details and whatnot, but I've already got it fixed, no big deal. And so far, it's been a really good printer for the $570 or $80 that they're wanting for this thing. I think it's an absolute bargain. I would hop on it for sure. Now, as far as the screen goes, I would probably hold off on the screen only because I think it's a little overpriced considering it's still a 3D printed housing, and it doesn't go in the original spot. That's the main reason I bought it, is I was thinking it was going to go in the original spot. It being 3D printed doesn't bother me too much. If it would have went in the original spot, the fact that it doesn't does bother me. It's kind of, like because of that and how much they charge for this thing, I do wish I would have bought a different one and then designed my own mounting. But that's nonetheless. If I was to repurchase, I would say don't buy the screen, buy the enclosure with the printer, because the enclosure comes with, if you go on there and go to the accessories for the SV8, you can go look at the enclosure by itself, and the things that enclosure comes with is absolutely worth it 100%. I think it's like $100 and something bucks for the enclosure, but you're getting the filtration, you're getting auxiliary cooling. I mean, that is not just a click-on panel enclosure. There's a lot to that enclosure. So I'd highly recommend the enclosure. I will probably pick it up here soon. I was hoping maybe I wouldn't have to, but we'll see. I do think the printer could use an enclosure, and that would help it out a lot. I'm just curious how the enclosure setup on it works. And I don't really look forward to setting up the auxiliary cooling fan and filtration and all that. This printer, like I said, these printers have been just printing constantly, and so the downtime required for me to take panels off and hook up connectors and just do that kind of stuff, I struggle to get the time to do that kind of stuff. I actually have, as you can see, the Infomec here. I have the accessory kit for it, and it's just sitting here because I struggle to find time. Like right now, I could be doing it, but instead, I found time to make this video because this is overdue due to that issue I had with the nozzle and needing to do the cold pull thing. I wanted to do a video on this printer because I had it printing so damn well, and then I couldn't for a little bit there. But yeah, highly recommend this thing. Super good printer. Heats up, the bed heats up super fast, the nozzle heats up super fast. I've had to adjust a few little settings, out the box. I think the main stuff I had to adjust was the end stops, because when it was moving, it would like bang into the railing a little hard. But other than that, I also did the belt tensioning, and they were just a little loose. But other than that, so far, so good. I think I'm probably in like the 200 plus hour range. And like I said, I'm adding 100 and something hours continuously as it prints these guys. So I will update afterwards, but I'm sure it's going to do perfectly fine through all of them. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I will see y'all in the next one.